This is the best crypto recording a video out of my parents' garage. I got my intern over there. Why should I put all of my life savings into cryptocurrency and buy Bitcoin and buy a bunch of altcoins that have no utility? What am I doing here? How is this going to revolutionize the world and change my own financial position in my entire life? Because as of I know it, everyone I know that's in my age group is everyone is screwed. Why? Because they're spending $150,000 to go in debt to get a degree, to get a job that only pays $40,000 to $60,000 a year, and then half of that income goes to taxes, and then they are in a debt product that they can't declare bankruptcy on until they die. But I didn't do that, so I'm not qualified. This is not financial advice. You should not be listening to me because I do not have a proper education. I am uninformed and uneducated. Do not listen to anything that I say. This is not financial advice. Do not do anything that I am doing. You can listen to then laugh at my stupidity. Let's get right into the video. You like that intro?
That's a good intro.
That was pretty fun. So, we're going to start with this. This is Michael Saylor. He's the top G of Bitcoin. He's the CEO of Bitcoin, not technically, but the CEO of MicroStrategy. He is the first man that put hundreds of millions of dollars into Bitcoin in like 2015, 2016, and pretty soon he's going to become the richest person in the entire world. And he has a very good understanding of the implications of Bitcoin and why and when it's going to be mass adopted and why Bitcoin is going to the moon probably the end of this year into 2025. And I'm going to start it right now.
I think at the point that you see the mega banks in the United States start to custody Bitcoin, the third leg of the stool will be put in place. And at that point, the treasurer of Microsoft could wake up in the morning and say, I think we should buy some Bitcoin. The CFO would say, okay, well, I guess the accounting looks fine. The lawyers, the general counsel would say, oh, well, the SEC's endorsed this, and there's 34 companies that have 34 ETFs with $70 billion of Bitcoin, so I guess it's a legitimate asset. And then the treasurer could say, okay, to the person at Citibank or JP Morgan, buy us $1 billion, put down the phone.
Earlier this done. Okay. Large companies, corporations, institutions, financial advisors, people that have billions of dollars of assets under management, they have billions of dollars of cash, tech companies such as Microsoft, Google. These people are now going to move their cash into Bitcoin. Why would they do that? Well, reason number one, their currency, their cash is being debased through poor monetary policy. And when the money is printed, the cash that Google they have in hand can purchase less things, just like your cash. You go to the grocery store today, things were twice as much as they were 2 years ago. The reason why is not because the goods that you're purchasing are worth more, it's because the money you're purchasing with is worth less. Now, the big problem that we've had is that Bitcoin is a new asset class. It wasn't even an asset class until January of this year when the SEC approved 11 ETF funds. And pretty much what this means is now Bitcoin to be a viable asset class for a place where you can put capital and protect your purchasing power. What's going to happen from now moving forward is we're going to begin seeing a huge migration of capital into this new asset class. Now, how big can this asset class get? Well, how big is the market of money? It's the whole market. All you need to understand is that we are at the point where the SEC approval is there. It is a viable asset class. Companies, institutions, banks, nation states, countries, they're putting it on their balance sheets, and they're going to do it over the next 10 years. And like Michael Saylor said, the next 10 years is going to be the Bitcoin gold rush. It's like in the Western Hemisphere of the United States, we had the gold rush, where everyone went to the West Coast because there was gold over there. Everyone's going to move out of fiat and move into Bitcoin because that is where the future lays. Now, if you're first, you're going to accumulate all of that purchasing power. Where I'm at is I like the sketchy, dangerous I like that goes up 100x and goes down 80% in 2 days. Why? Because I want to make a lot of money, and I'm going to do it with the knowledge that I have. And in order for these small cap projects, here's an example of one that just came out this year I've been looking into. In order for these things to do 100,000, 2,000x, which is what we've seen in previous bull runs, Bitcoin has to do at least, has to hit at least 100K. And unless Bitcoin skyrockets, which it might do over the next 2 to 3 months, I believe it will, we're going to begin seeing 50x, 100x, 500x, maybe even 1,000x in certain projects. And they're going to get completely overvalued. However, this is an opportunity for you to gamble a little bit and make a lot of money. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell all this moving into Bitcoin. Is there any logic behind this? So here are the 3 niches I'm focusing on, or 2 niches. 1 is AI, 2 is crypto gaming. AI, the reason why is because it has a narrative. I don't think there's any utility where artificial intelligence in the cryptocurrency space is really viable for everyday use yet. However, I do believe crypto gaming is, no, AI just has a narrative. And this is a very attention-driven economy, which means that media, news stations, when they talk about cryptocurrency, people buy cryptocurrency, more money moves into cryptocurrencies go up in value for a short period of time. It's an attention-driven economy, so you need to buy it when no one's talking about it, and you need to sell it when everyone's talking about it. And AI is going to be one of those narratives of which everyone is going to be talking about, therefore it's going to have the highest potential gain of profit. Understand? Now, the second one is crypto gaming. The reason why crypto gaming is super awesome is because it actually has real world utility. We already have billions of people that play video games. The only difference is that we're moving the underlying technology that is built within to then allow for in-game ownership, the security of owning in-game assets, the ability to transact those assets with other in-game players, and then it also allows for revenue share, stake of ownership in the company, smart contracts where when you transact the in-game assets, a % commission is charged on each transaction, which turns it into a profitable company. We have decentralized gaming studios. Hundreds of people are grouping together, building games, and it's all operating within this new digital infrastructure. And it's the perfect infrastructure, the perfect test to see if a real company can be built off of this technology is going to be through crypto gaming. And I think that's going to be the number one space, the most profitable space that's going to kick off this bull run. Now, what's really going to kick off the bull run? Bitcoin going past its all-time high and rocketing to 100K, obviously. However, I do think that video games and the gaming, we have companies that have been building out AAA video games over this entire bear market that nobody's paying attention to, that are completely undervalued. Now, this one here is a Mavia. I just discovered this one yesterday. I'm looking into it. I don't really know much about it yet. Should I have yet? No. But I'm a degenerate 21-year-old drunk. I like to buy gamble and hope it 1000x's. And we'll see if it does. If it doesn't, if it goes to zero, I'm completely fucked, and I'm going to be working out of my parents' garage for another 10 years, but that's completely fine. That is completely, totally okay. But that's the end of today's video. If you like it, subscribe, and if you want to comment your favorite projects, and if you want to know what projects I'm following, I'm going to drop them later eventually, maybe. I don't know if I already did.